Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news making headlines today. 3 days into the Operation Epic Fury, the joint U.S. and Israeli attack on Iran, U.S. President Donald Trump justified the assault. Speaking to the press at the White House on Monday local time, Trump said the decision was made to thwart Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs and to eliminate its naval assets. The attacks have killed Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, sunk Iranian warships, and hit more than 1,000 targets so far. Trump added that the operation could last 4 to 5 weeks, possibly longer, and could even include the deployment of ground forces. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in response has declared the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz closed, and warned that any vessels trying to transit would be attacked by the Revolutionary Guards or Iran's regular navy. Iran also launched drone attacks on energy installations in Qatar and Saudi Arabia, both key U.S. allies in the Gulf. Warnings from Iran telling vessels not to enter the Strait of Hormuz have raised concerns in South Korea, which relies on the Middle East for more than 70% of its crude oil. The closure would force tankers onto longer routes and push oil prices toward $100 a barrel, increasing costs for key industries and adding to inflationary pressure. In response, the South Korean government has stepped up emergency checks, saying it has secured oil and petroleum stockpiles equivalent to 208 days of supply. A Blue House official also reassured the public, saying there is no need for undue alarm and that the government remains in emergency response mode across the economy, financial markets, and national security. South Korea's financial authorities and the Bank of Korea are operating a 24-hour monitoring system to respond to the situation in the Middle East. The government announced Tuesday it plans to utilize funds of 13.3 trillion won or around $9 billion for a financial support program to assist companies directly affected by the conflict. The Financial Services Commission stated it will proactively deploy its existing 100 trillion won market stabilization fund if necessary. Meanwhile, Bank of Korea Governor Lee Chang-yong convened a meeting to assess the global financial situation. The central bank is closely monitoring domestic financial and foreign exchange markets as they reopen, pledging timely market interventions based on specific contingency plans. President Lee Jae-myung has arrived in the Philippines for a 2-day state visit. After arriving in Manila this afternoon, President Lee visited the Rizal National Monument to pay tribute to Jose Rizal, an independence hero who fought against Spanish colonial rule in the 19th century. Lee will soon hold a summit with Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. at Malacañang Palace. The two leaders are expected to discuss expanding cooperation in defense, nuclear energy, shipbuilding, and other areas. President Lee is scheduled to return to South Korea on Wednesday. KPop Demon Hunters has won the award for Outstanding Producer of Animated Theatrical Motion Picture at the 37th Producers Guild of America Awards. The film producer Michelle Wong accepted the honor at the awards ceremony in Los Angeles on Saturday. The top prize in the overall film category went to one battle after another. KPop Demon Hunters is looking to add to its success at this year's Academy Awards on March 15th, where it's nominated for Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.